So one of the questions we often get asked is whether you actually need a new website or piece of software. And funny enough, being a business which produces websites and software, you might think that our answer to that is always yes. But actually that's not the case. The first step to understanding whether you actually need a new piece of technology is first understanding what challenges the business is facing, and whether the technology that's being proposed is going to meaningfully impact those outcomes or achieve a new level of growth for the business. So how do you diagnose these issues? Well, we hear lots of things like our conversion rate is too low, we have a really high bounce rate on our landing page, or perhaps your average order size is just too low. Now, these are really important metrics to be tracking, but it doesn't show us what the root cause of the issue is. If we're going to consider rebuilding some technology or potentially creating some new, then we need to understand exactly what challenges the business is facing in order to address those correctly. So for example, is the brand not appealing enough? Is the technology holding us back or creating lots of manual processes for the business that's stopping its scaling? Or is there a problem with the product itself? We need to be able to identify these issues first before we can ascertain whether this new technology is going to actually have a beneficial impact on the business. So how do you actually identify the root cause of the issue? Well, the first thing to do is to look at some data. And I would start by firing up your Google Analytics and seeing how people are currently interacting with your website or product. Try and understand if they're getting stuck anywhere in a booking funnel or whether particular pages have high bounce rates. You can also set up tools like Hotjar, which gives you session recordings so you can see how people are actually interacting and using your website, as well as putting on heat maps so you can see where the most kind of used and most clicked parts of the sites are. This is really helpful because it helps us to build up a picture of where the bottlenecks and the friction is inside a website or piece of software. The next step is to combine that insight with some qualitative data as well. Because if we know that there is an issue on a page, we then need to understand exactly why there's an issue on that page. And we do that by speaking to users. So it's time to get people in a room and start user testing specific parts of the website and getting that insight to understand why people are struggling. If it's a broader thing and you want to understand more about your product or the brand, it might even be worth doing a focus group where you can get the opinion of lots of different people and help build the insights to allow you to develop and iterate the brand and therefore the website as well. So in summary, what we're trying to do is build up a completely unbiased picture of where the website and the business is at the moment so that we can make an informed decision about what technology might help grow that business going forward. If you need some help, we've got some great resources on our website, particularly some user testing questions, which is what we use to gain insight into how people are using products and where they're getting stuck, so that you can be informed about what changes you need to make to improve your service. If you're still stuck, then we're also very happy to chat. Just contact us through our website and there'll be a link below for those resources.